And I wish would look at me sideways, think they gonna do anything funny. I'm with all, I was going there to do nothing genuine, but at all. Them niggas didn't even dress. But he had a platform for me to perform on in front of thousands of people in New York. Yeah, I'm taking that.
But you heard a little shot in there. Them can't even dress or whatever.
Perfect.
Since we spoke, 50 was on Camron's new interview show, Come and Talk to Flea. And one of the things that came out of there were they spoke about the time when they were beefing. And 50 Cent were talking about how like people were having a moment, and he had noticed at the time when their beef had started, Jim Jones was having his moment. That was when Ballin' came out, and because of the beef, he was like, let me just throw a shot out there. We like Jim better than you anyway.
50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
Man, Jim Jones right here.
So I'm sitting there like, this is kind of smoke. Because I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Roy Banks. I'm like, niggas going public with this?
Jimmy was not a rapper. He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was going to go for it. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You got to watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me that. Get me Jimmy.
I don't think Jim Jones took kindly to that. So he had responded. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, Jim Jones responded?
Yeah, Jim Jones is responding. How they throw an ad at me and then throw another ad? How you tell me I can skip ad just to throw another ad?
I watched Mace shit on Cam and everybody around him, like all the time. I was there the whole time. I was Cam's man. Cam and Mace were so-called best friends, grew up together, and R.I.P. Huddy. Like I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
What was your problem with Mace? Like, how did that all happen?
Cam enemies were my enemies. Okay. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should, and shit like that. He was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
Them niggas be on my right? I did a lot for them in their life. Both of them. Pause though. Get off of my
Cam was like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with
I ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a soldier because I was a soldier. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do for Jim Jones because the that was supposed to be the Don wasn't taking care of the capo. When Cam did this shit with calling the station up over the cot and all that shit, I felt that was childish. That wasn't, like, you don't press no real buttons and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active. So how dare you do some weak like that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over a white man that been jerking us since we got signed there, and whatever backdoor deals you had with him serves you more advantageous than it served me.
Yeah, Jim didn't like that, obviously, which understandably, like, if you were Jim Jones and you watched that interview, I can't imagine you're like, you feel great about it. Because it looks like you were used as a pawn.
I mean, you know what it was. I mean, that's exactly what it was. 50 was just 50 was doing 50 shit. Yeah. He was trying to cause more turmoil in a situation where he saw that it was already turmoil. So.
No, but Camron didn't, I mean, obviously Cameron's interviewing him, but Camron didn't feel offended by it.
It was what, 15 years? 15
Yeah,
like,
Camron seemed to move
they're talking about it now, so I mean.
Jim Jones seems to have, still stings a little bit.
So if you like listen to Jim, like he still, don't like Mace.
Yeah.
He's still back there. Like he hasn't, he's still the one, would talk about Dipset reunion where it seems like Cam is past there being a Dipset. Cam is focused on Cam.
To moving forward. Yeah.
Like Cam is on Cam. Like he's not looking to Dipset. Like that's a thing of the past.
I just seen Jim Jones did a video in Harlem and Jewels is there. It's young little baby, Jewels
Okay.
and somebody else, another rapper. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Even
I think Future was the other rapper.
Even when there was that Locks and Dipset shit, like, Cam almost didn't end up doing it to begin with, because Cam was just focused on Cam shit. It was Jim Jones who's like, yo, let's get this money, let's being on the group shit type of deal.
That makes sense though, yeah. So I can see why he felt some type of way. But 50.
Where it's like Dame and Jay type of shit, where Dame, like Jay was always on some Jay shit, where Dame was just like us, like, crew, like type, and
Dame is still talking about Jay, where
and
Jay
it's the same,
it's
it's the same type of situation.
50 Cent ain't gonna let shit slide, so 50 felt like he had to respond. Oh wait, actually, because there's another like clip in there. I don't know I don't know if I showed it. But there was definitely another clip where he kind of like disses G Unit a little bit.
Who, Jim?
Yeah.
Like, how did that work? You performing? Like,
They called me like, yo, you want to come out and perform at the show? Yeah, I got the hottest record. I'm popping out. And I wish they would look at me sideways, think they're going to do anything funny. I'm with all of that.
Like, this is it's an opportunity. I got to go.
Yeah, I wasn't going there to do nothing genuine at all. They didn't even dress. But he had a platform for me to perform on in front of thousands of people in New York. Yeah, I'm taking that.
But you heard the little shot in there. Them niggas can't even dress or whatever. So like 50 like on some like, all right, well, I'm not just gonna let you just take a shot at me. You know what I mean? Posted this picture right here is a picture that Jim Jones took. He calls him individual number 1. And then the other, like, it was like a 2-part post. He posted, I think this is from Tekashi's case, and it's they call this individual number 1. And I believe that's who Jim Jones is supposed to be in it. So I guess he's trying to allude he's a snitch, one way or another. The long way of going about it. To which Jim Jones responds, "Why y'all keep lying? Why you keep lying? LOL, I'm going back to sleep. Female Matrix toes reverse." You know what I mean? So shout out to Justin Laboy, because that's where the Jim Jones interview came from too. It's a catchy situation when you do these talks, because if me and you were going to talk about something that happened 15 years ago, this might be anyone who hears it and they'll be like, nah, I didn't go that way. Or I can 100% see why Jim Jones felt some type of way watching that conversation. I don't know if he necessarily needed to even respond to it though. He was asked a question, but you could tell he was salty based on it. Whether it's because they laughing about it, whether because, like I said, he looks like a pawn in that situation, and he's trying to reverse it like, I used you.
Yeah, but it wasn't even on some using shit, because no side benefited from it. It was solely to cause more turmoil within their group. That's the only. So it wasn't to it was just to stir shit up.
Yeah, which is why I find it weird that Jim Jones.
That's what. But again, he
engage in that. Yeah,
he's still immature and with the shits with things.
And he's still got stuff. A project. He's not a project, obviously, that he's working on. He wouldn't be doing an interview. He wouldn't be putting out new music. He's got something that he's trying to promote. What's the best way to promote shit? Is respond to beef. You know what I mean? So I get it. I see where it's at now. I hope it stays on the internet. It would be real corny for these old ass dudes to be fighting each other or having violence, especially over something that don't even seem like it's now. You know what I mean?
Especially something that, you performed at my show? Like, that's what it's about. Like, there's a conversation about you performing at my show. Is it that serious?
I remember, though, at that time, I thought that was one of the biggest, that was the biggest backstab move I've seen since.
Yeah, I mean, because you just don't do that. Like, the crews were at odds. So for one member of the crew to go perform at the other dude's show, like you can't do that.
Easy. And you was his right hand man. That's like when Shawn Michaels kicked Marty Jannetty. Like, on some G shit. That's what it felt like, bro.
But obviously at that time, Jim, he didn't feel like Cam had his back, and so it was like, fuck it.
And that's another thing, too, that a lot of people get caught up in is people use those moments where you feel like where someone else is getting a little buzz, a little bit more attention. That's the quickest thing that can fracture a group or like a group of people. It's like, it's hard to really maneuver those things and be like, if you're number 2 or you're the third man and then you start getting some love, it's hard to stay there. You know what I mean? So it's really smart on 50's part. Like, that's some general type, you know what I mean, Art of War, 48 Laws of Power type shit, to really be thinking on that type of level. But yeah, that's what you get when you got 50 Cent in the mix, man. What's good, y'all? It's your man DJ Playboy Inspect in the building, and we want to thank y'all for checking out this short clip of the Perfect Talk podcast.
Make sure y'all smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave your comments, people. We want to know what you're thinking.
Of course, man, and we're going to keep bringing these short clips to you. Go check out the full episodes right there.
Yes, sir.
Peace.